Hello and welcome back to What the Fast. So today I wanted to talk about fasting versus starving, because something that I've heard several times is, you're just starving yourself, that's so unhealthy. Why don't you stop doing that? Okay, so there's very clear differences between fasting and starving. What happens when you fast is your body goes into autolysis. In reverse order of importance, it consumes the tissues of your body. Now, autolysis is a very careful and controlled process. It's not something that... It's not a bull in a china shop just, oh, today we're gonna take some brain and today we're gonna take some heart. Your body is actually much smarter than a lot of people give it credit for. Almost immediately after your body enters a state of not eating, it carefully takes stock of your reserves, it analyzes it and says, alright, we can get rid of this, this is going first, this is a morbid, diseased tissue, this is garbage here, we're gonna burn this up first. Even in a case where a person does progress all the way to starvation or death from lack of food, even in these extreme cases, you do not see a loss of the most essential tissues. So brain, heart, lungs, completely intact even if you starve to death. Which, I don't know, maybe that surprises some people. It just seems like a lot of people have this idea that, well, as soon as you stop eating, you're just gonna, your organs, your body's gonna just eat your organs instantly. And that's just not at all true. Obviously, if you do go without food for too great of a time, you will start losing more vital tissue. However, before you reach this point, your body is going to give you very clear signs that it's time to eat again. The period of fasting is very well defined, and the point when you're going to begin burning more vital tissue, your body's going to clearly give you signs that it's time to eat before that happens. So really the only way that you're going to do any damage by fasting is if you ignore some very clear signs, and the most clear is that your hunger is going to return, and it's going to return like you wouldn't believe once your reserves have been used up. This return of hunger is what's known as true hunger. It's actually a lot different than the kind of stomach hunger that people are familiar with. This is what's referred to as a morbid craving, and it's more or less a result of your body being like, hey, this is where I normally get my fix of fats or sugars or starches or something that's really not that good for you. And these substances kind of have drug-like effects, and you might think of the morbid hunger or that stomach hunger as kind of a withdrawal symptom of sorts. Now, true hunger is not something that, well, if you just ignore it, it goes away. It's gonna come with force, and you're gonna want to eat. So before you even get to this point where your reserves are used up, it's safe to fast up to a loss of 25 to even 50% of your body's weight. During the period where you're below 25% weight loss, you're just going to be burning fat, really. At the cellular level, you'll begin by burning protoplasm, and as the fast progresses, you'll begin burning metaplasm. And these are really just nutritive reserves within the cell. Now, if you have damaged cells, those will be autolyzed, but healthy cells will remain completely intact. They'll just shrink as their nutritive reserves are consumed. So you can see weight loss in some organs of the body, but the structure of the organ remains completely intact. All that's happened is that the cell reserves have shrunk and or been used up. The condition that this brings about is a condition where the cell is dominated by the nucleus, much like a stem cell, really. Upon refeeding, you're immediately going to regain any losses which your body deems as being important. Now, there's been lots of research that indicates that a fast where you lose 25% or less of your body weight not only is not dangerous at all. Of course, there is the caveat that if you're incredibly thin and you have no reserves, then losing 25% of your body weight can be a bad thing. But for a normal person, a fast where you lose 25% or less of your body weight is a very healthy thing. A way of permanently eliminating garbage, morbid tissue, diseased tissue, damaged cells, cleaning out, detoxifying, really giving yourself a clean slate, a new body to start all over with. In my particular case, I started the fast at 185. That means that I can lose 46 pounds before I've lost 25% of my body weight. So as long as I don't dip below 140 pounds, I'm in absolutely no danger whatsoever. And just to reiterate, even in cases of actually starving to death, which takes a very long time, in cases where you're fasting and your body is conserving its resources, even in these cases, your most vital organs stay almost completely intact. So there's really no reason to worry about fast doing permanent damage or any of these ideas that a lot of people seem to have, that your organs, oh my god, I don't even know what people think, but it's really kind of silly. And yeah, fasting, it's a healthy thing. And I look forward to my new life. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you for watching, and check back next time.